You know what I like about the camera? It can work as a shield too. That's why I like to have it running sometimes. Walking over to the store to get some cream with a coffee. Just kind of doing a lot of stuff in the house. Home projects, I guess. But yeah, it sucks. I run out of fucking cream. It's like I can't have coffee without cream. Like there's a lot of people I admire that drink the black coffee. Like, you know, just writers and artists and even personal friends of mine that like, yeah, black coffee, man. You gotta man up and have the black coffee. But I can't do it. I think it's the acidic kind of thing going on with it. I don't know. It's a nice subject for today, huh? Take about my fucking coffee problems. Well, I don't know if there's going to be even a video. I just turned this on just to, you know, like I said, camera works as a shield. You never know. I try to discern what kind of opposition or problem might be sometimes. If it's like physical, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Like I you know, material, men, government. I don't care about that shit. Put me in a van. Take me to the guillotine. I'm not gonna renounce Jesus. Just fucking take my head off. But if it's spiritual, well, now you got a fight on your hands. I'm gonna fight you. You know what I mean? So, either way, I'm kind of, you know, not that. I'm not shook about any of it. White van. I don't always like make jokes about the white van, but a lot of utility vans are like that. Like the people that work for the utility companies or carpenters. They usually have something on the side though. So whenever I see like a van with nothing on it, when I was under investigation in 2017 because of the drug stuff, they thought I was a drug dealer because of the friends I made when I came here. There was an actual white van that would sit like right down there for me. And I walked by, I'd always wave to them. They were sending informant type people to talk all the time, you know. Hey, you know if you get any crystal? or it was something like that. I always used to say, I don't know any crystal. There was one day, one of them, this guy, but we all kind of knew he's undercover. There's a lot of them undercover when they first came here. I think they're trying to get a hold on the drug situation down here in Waikiki. And he rolls up one day. He's got like carried one of these stabs. He carried like one of these, I don't know, it was like some kind of Hawaiian wood. He'd tell you a story about it. And he's like, how's the heat today, guys? And we're like, oh, it's not bad. It's been cool all morning. I think no. The fuzz. The fuzz. Like they use like these undercover guys, like they use the worst fucking. It's like they don't know anything about the air. Well, I think I mentioned it last time. A lot of times they come into town for vacation with their family and they're just picking up hours while they're here. Oh, I don't know if I put that video out yet. I don't know. I do everything out of time. Hang on a second. So as I've been following more of of that Epstein shit that's been coming out, it's a fucking nothing burger again. You know, The good thing, though, is it does allude to some of the terrible things that have been going on. It's the first time mainstream people, a lot of normies and mainstream, have been reporting on this type of torture and murder, along with trafficking. People thought trafficking was bad. A helicopter. Where'd it go? It's kind of fucking vanished. You see that? What behind? Oh, there it is. I'm watching you, helicopter. Yeah, like a lot of people think the a bad part of it was the whole trafficking thing. The trafficking thing's not even the worst part, but there's just one part of it. The worst part is the sacrifice and the torture and the fucking heinous shit they do to the kids. When we were talking about that shit years ago at Pizzagate, no one get to hear those kind of things because people would shut it down immediately. Like, Pizzagate, that's stupid. It's alright. Yeah, it was depressing. The whole thing was depressing. I said before, because like we're learning about it, all the stuff, and seeing nobody do anything about it. Once it all came out was a real fucking wake up call. It's like, yeah, we know this is an evil world and all the other shit, but if I can see it, and I have all this information, I'm just some fucking rando, then people that have means and that have the will and some power, some resources, there's somebody that would be interested in doing something. And no one's interested in doing anything, because the good guys, the good people don't exist. That's the problem. It's bad guys, it's fucking worse guys. That's the world we live in. And I kind of always knew that, but after, a year or two after that all came out, and the only thing that happened was that it got pushed down deeper and hidden more, and if you brought it up, you were ridiculed more. That was tough. That was a tough thing to come to terms with. And it makes you kind of fucking, it's kind of makes your heart a certain way, there's no one coming to stop that. It's still going on. It's still happening now, and it will continue unabated as long as this place is here. Lately I've just been like, jokingly, but also serious about praying to God to do another flood. Just flood the place again. Just wash this all out of here. It's fucking, sucks. I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but that's what I got going today. I mean, and then you talk to other people who have the same kind of thing going on, and hang on a second, let me get in here. Motherfucker. There we go. Yeah, it makes you mean. It makes you mad about the world. Even though there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing anyone else wants to do about it or is gonna do about it. And their cries go unheeded, There's a film that someone has some footage that someone took of a Comet ping pong out in Washington, where they had a ping pong table set up outside, right out in front of the place, and there were kids screaming for help, and it looked like it was coming from the sewer. the sewer manhole where they were, but I don't know where the sound was coming from, but they're like the sound of kids in front of Comet Ping Pong, you know, and it shows them banging playing the game there, and they're just like, kids screaming, you know. I say all the time, our job is to endure and bear witness. And my thoughts on that have not changed. But it's fucking tough. It's tough. It's tough. This whole Epstein thing that's been to me has brought up a lot of the feelings about that stuff. You know, talking about it, thinking about it, being pissed off that my Pizzagate card collection isn't complete. I got a bunch of them on Yandex recently. Yandex is a good search engine because it's not paused. It doesn't have age like fucking Google does. Yeah, but people, you know, if you use Yandex, you're absolutely right wing because it's a Russian website, and you know everything these days is. If you don't, you have to think a certain way about every single thing: movies, sports, fucking lawn care. There's two groups in everything where you're either a right wing or you're on the right side of history, and that's it. Speaking of fucking shit, that Springsteen. I think I've already talked about this, but holy fuck is that song bad. Put aside the politics, it sucks. And to see people glazing it is so... They're like picking out the shitty things about it and trying to make it seem like the good things about it. Like in the lyrics in the song, he basically just says like a CNN report. He gives you all the bullet points with full names, street names. It's like, dude, they should be nuanced in this shit, you know? You're an artist, you're a creative type guy, is what you're giving us. It's people get on country music for doing that, being too literal, you know? This is way more literal than country music. This guy's using first and last names. Now, when I first saw the name of the song, Streets of Minneapolis, I was like, is he gonna do Elton John like what he did with Candle in the Wind, where he rewrote Candle in the Wind with new lyrics for Princess Diana, which was just fucking, which was awful, you know? But I saw the title, I'm like, this motherfucker is just gonna do Philadelphia with new lyrics, isn't he? That would have been better than whatever the fuck this is. I mean, again, take the politics and stuff away from it. The vocal delivery's awful. The core, it's like the music itself is awful. It sounds like shit. And now he's saying, yeah, I wrote it one day, recorded the next day, released it today. It's like, yeah, it fucking sounds like it. You know, take it. No one's pushing you to get it out. You could have taken a couple more days. It's fucking awful. And to watch people in the media like glaze it like it's something good is just like, it's annoying. It's like the fucking right side of history people are the fucking worst. I don't like either side. I'm not a MAGA guy, but I'm definitely not a right side of history guy. I'm my own, you know. I'll never choose. Never. You can't make me play your gay little game. I'm not going to do it. And I'm not going to do it. And God bless everybody else who's not doing it. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Don't the normies fucking NPC soulless fucking things in the shape of people try to convince you to fucking pick a side. You can't. I mean, because as soon as you do, you have, all of a sudden you get a whole list of enemies now that you didn't have before. Now, you know, by not choosing, you pretty much have the double the enemies. I understand that. Because no one's going to let you stay out of it. You're just hated by everybody. Because the right side assumes you're a right side of history person. And the right side of history people assume you're on the right. So everyone just fucking hates you. But that's the position I'm used to being in now. You know, that's fine with me. I'm not going to go into my CV about how... I was almost like, yeah, everybody says they're an outsider and this and that, but, you know, there's very few real outsiders. I'm going to tell the happy few exactly why. Like, get the fuck. You know, everybody's got problems. Everybody went through shit. I always try to keep my, like, personal shit off this channel, because it's like, we all have stories. And a lot of my shit would make it sound like I'm complaining or I'm looking for sympathy or try... And I don't want that. You know, I'd rather just bottle a lot of shit and take it to the grave. Just bottle it down there. Just press it. It doesn't help anybody. It helped me, though. It's made me sort of the person I am. When you get older, right, like, it's weird, like, my whole life, this is kind of a personal thing, but when you're younger, right, even if it's in maybe your 30s, you have this idea of what your life is going to be, and your life always takes place somewhere else. When you finally get all your shit together, and you can be that person you want to be, and it's not in your hometown, it's somewhere far away. The future, your future, is always some distant kind of place where everything's going to be fine. You're finally going to get your shit together, and you're going to get to be the person you want to be. You're not the person right now that you want to be, because you have all these problems and all these fears and insecurities and bullshit. And if I just got this fixed, if I just did that, then, you know, in that unseen, unknown place that's the future, I'm going to get my shit together. I'm going to be that person. No. Be that person now. Be that person now. You want to be a chef? Start wearing a chef's hat. And and an apron that says, kiss the cook. I'm serious. Start being that person now. Even if you gotta fake it, you fake it till you make it. That's an old-timey saying that I would get behind. Even though most of those old-timey sayings are poison and they're meant to fuck you over. I was saying the other day, I was getting really mad about the thing about insanity. The definition of insanity is to try something over and over, expecting a different result. You mean like the scientific method? Because that's all it is. You're trying something over and over again, looking for a different result. That's what it is. And that's what they want you to stay away from. They want you to try something and be like, oh, that sucked. Fuck it. Don't do that again. Can you imagine if everybody adopted that? Oh, it must be insane. I'm fucking trying to make that fucking 10-meter dash again. You should probably stop. 10-meter dash. I don't even know what that means. I don't know the metric system. I'm an American, okay? I'm not a poopy Canadian. It's pretty weird. Actually, it's not Canadians. It's the whole world uses this metric system. I know some of it. You know, where we have 12 inches, you got everything's rounded to 12. With them, it's rounded to 10. It makes more sense. But, you know, I gotta fucking go with my team and say your system is gay and ours is fucking cool. You know? I don't even know, like, I wish I had a team. You know, I've said this all the time, too. Like, I wish there was some kind of group that I could call myself one of. I mean, the schizos, sure, but that's nebulous, you know. I don't really know people, you know, like me, in real time. Usually it's just all people I know online. There's a couple people locally that I would say kind of fall into that, but you know, I'm not gonna start calling them a schizo. I think they'd be upset. But that have had, you know, spiritual experiences or otherworldly experiences, and you know, we powwow about stuff, and they know about the demons and things like that. And I mentioned it in the channel over the years, you know. But yeah, I don't have a tribe except white people. That's become my tribe. only because of the way the world is turned on. Oh, Christians too. I never referred to myself as a Christian. I really wasn't one until like 2019 when I went back to God. 2019. But even though I was following Christ and learning about him and the things he said, I have this book called Jesus in Red, which is a really sinister looking book. And they even fucking talk about that. You may look at this book and think, well, red is the color of chaos and this and that and blood, and it's, you know, but we call it Jesus in Red because they have the Bible pages, and then they have Jesus' actual quotes and text and words are in red. They're highlighted in red, you know, and like red was just the best color we could come up with. But that one's great because it's just his words. So because I was going through the Bible trying to find just what he was saying, and sometimes that can be kind of hard. To weed through all the King James bullshit. But yeah, it's a good book. It's something called a devotional. Devotionals are little mini books that have different parts of the Bible. I have one for Psalms and one for Proverbs. Spells and how to use them. And I also have all these other different kinds of things that key in on one aspect of the Bible, and they have it in a little book. So I've been learning mostly about the Bible through that. Reading straight from the Bible, of course, you know. But sometimes I just want to learn about a proverb or like, well, the Psalms are good for prayers, you know. Me and Nia are always doing morning prayer, and we're always trying to find new ones to use. Every once in a while, I'll pull out a new one, try to use that. I do the Our Father automatically many times a day, like a mantra, and I also do the one that demons don't like, the psalm they don't like. Fuck, help me. I say it almost every day. I don't know. I guess I'm not good at the Bible. I guess I'm going to hell. What is it? I don't want to say the wrong thing. I gotta think about this. Hold on. Nope, still couldn't think of it. Sometimes I have to turn this off so I could sit and think for a minute, but it didn't, you know. I could just look at it on my phone, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Anyway. That's the other thing about Christians too. If you don't know that Bible inside and out, they will tell you that you're going straight to hell. They're some of the worst people. I mean, some of the worst advertising for Christianity are Christians, because there's this purity spiral that goes on where they're always trying to like test each other. And that's why I avoided using the term like you describing myself as that. But once I saw things turning on Christianity, and I saw the FBI putting guys in Orthodox churches to try to weed out the real problem in America, the white man Christian. You know, I had to say, well, I have to adopt it now, you know, because you just have to, because it was so under fire, you know. So I had to do it. Light this up again. Hang on a second. Alright, I was just out. I had to come out, buy some crane. I wanted to see if I could, whoa. Jeez, buddy. Good. Oh, I get what he did. Because people come flying up this road, so he had to get out. I was wondering what. I'm like, why are you speeding like that? Because this road here, people will fucking come cruising by. Someone was killed out here a couple of years ago, right here, right on point where the red truck is. I think it was 2 people that got killed from cars zipping through here. Yeah, it's the state for the most accidents on pedestrians. Why? I'm going to upset Dave for a minute, but I've been hit 3 times here. I haven't brought it up in a long time. You gotta let me do it sometimes. All right, thanks, Dave. Yeah, I was hit 3 times. contact, but not enough to hurt me. Once I kind of fall over. The other times it was just like, ow. They stopped at the last minute. What was it? A couple women and one old Chinese man. Because I always look right at the fucking driver. No one stopped. No one said anything. They just kept going. It's alright. Whatever. Fuck them. Yeah, I gotta be real careful around here. Alright. I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. I got nothing for you right now. I'll be back out later with something. I have things I do want to get to, but this was an incidental walk to the store because I fucking, like I said, I leave the house, like to have my shields up, and sometimes filming is the best thing, you can do for protection. But thanks for dropping in. Until next time, don't blame the teacher, blame the school.